With LeBron James being one of the greatest players ever and arguably getting better each year, his hairline has been doing the complete opposite. When LeBron James burst on the scene being claimed as the chosen one because of his raw ability in high school, this is also when he sported one of the craziest hairstyles of his career. At St Vincent St Mary, LeBron put up averages of 29 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists per game, all while capturing state titles and winning awards like Mr. Ohio Basketball and being featured on the cover of Slam magazine. But little do many know, Kobe Bryant is the one who had the most influence on not only his play, but also his hair during this time. And LeBron recently talked about this and said, "I want to be just like him, man. In high school, I wore a nappy afro because of Kobe Bryant. I always said my inspiration came from Jordan, but I always thought Jordan was so out of this world I could never get there. Kobe was someone that I just always kind of wanted to be like and play like." LeBron also during this time had a promising football career in high school, where he repped his unique hairstyles as well. Once his afro began to grow uncontrollably, he began to be uncomfortable in his helmet, so he decided to get cornrows. Shortly before LeBron was drafted with the first pick in the 2003 NBA draft, he decided to get it cut short and look nice and sharp for draft night. By the time LeBron was pictured in his all-white suit, he had a short fade, which was so much better than any of his previous hairstyles. The beginning of LeBron's career was filled with criticism and doubt, but by that time, his hairline was still fully intact and thriving. This was also the beginning of the headband era for LeBron, which still to this day he whips out on occasion. A few years had gone by since draft night, and people started to realize that LeBron's hair was slowly disappearing, and even speculated that he used the headband to cover his hairline up. Most of LeBron's bad hairline years in Cleveland were outshined by the numbers and success he was having as an individual. But as the years progressed and his hairline started to shift back, the hair comments began to pour in. By the time LeBron was making his decision to take his talents to South Beach, he went live on air to tell the world his decision, and there he couldn't hide his hair with a headband. So the world got to see just how far back it was pushed. The hairline criticism came again, but was quickly outshined by the unstoppable force that was the Big Three in Miami. For nearly 12 seasons and more than 1,000 consecutive games, LeBron James was rarely ever seen on the court with a headband. During Game 6 of the 2003 NBA Finals, LeBron's headband was knocked off, and he proceeded to take over at a must-win game, finishing with a triple-double. This triggered something in LeBron, and he went without a headband for a while, eventually revealing why he stopped using it, saying, "I did it because I wanted to look like my teammates. Just wanted to be one, nothing more than that." Over the course of his time in Miami, his hair only declined, and many people felt that his hairline was receding due to the stress of constant criticism, no matter what he accomplished. After shocking the world again by heading back to Cleveland in 2014, his hairline began to reach the top of his head, which seemed to suggest that LeBron was going bald soon. But just a month after everyone assumed it was the downfall of his hair, he was introducing his new LeBron Nike 12s, when his hair appeared to magically be back in great condition. All of this brings us to the topic of hair plugs and cosmetic assistance, which LeBron got from a hair specialist to make his hair look normal again. At a certain point, LeBron's hair looked more perfect than it ever was, and everyone began to catch on to the fact that some of his hair was fake. In May of 2017, LeBron was in an interview when he was talking about his hair and said, "I didn't go bald like Mike, but I'm getting there." LeBron saying this got a reaction, but the funniest part was Tristan Thompson's reaction in the background, which pretty much said, "Yes, you are bald," written all over his face. In more recent years, LeBron has battled with his hair, and it seems to go back and forth between good and bad. But the recent news is that LeBron was getting professional hair plugs to make up for balding on the top of his head. At the beginning of the 2019 season, LeBron apparently had hair plugs and other hair surgeries to repair his lost hair. And in late October, during a game between the Lakers and Jazz in Staples Center, his hair started to fall out mid-game underneath the new headband he was sporting at the time. Late in the game, while the Lakers were shooting free throws, you could see Anthony Davis yell something to LeBron from the bench and then eventually pointed at his head, trying to get LeBron to notice without making a scene. But everybody saw and everybody knew what this was about immediately. And as LeBron got the hint and tried to fix the hair, the camera zoomed up right on his head, with his hair looking completely messed up. Ever since this happened during the season, LeBron has rarely come out with a headband on again, and has just embraced what he's become here in his later years. LeBron's barber, Nick Castellanos, joined the discussion during an interview at Yahoo Sports and defended his client, saying, "There is no dye, no additives, no preservatives. Everyone thinks he's dyeing his hair using temporary hair colorings like Biogen or black ice. It's all his hair." They still don't believe me. I get Biogen comments all the time. LeBron is very tedious about how his hair is cut. The beard is the number one thing. He leaves the top up to me. I leave him less bald. He's my guy. He's my hardest haircut. He has good hair. You have to cut it right. He just has a few fat patches around the chin that you have to take your time with. You have to have patience. It usually takes about 50 minutes. Rob Hoffman, who's the president of the Hairline Clinic in Akron, spoke about the work he was going to do with LeBron's hair a few years ago when Hoffman said, "He definitely has more hair, there's no question. The question is how he got it." By 30 years old, 30% of men have lost their hair. By 60% are bald. We go in and we take each hair follicle out one at a time. There's some people who go bald and it doesn't bother them, but if it does, don't be afraid to come in. Your whole world changes, and it's something people shouldn't make fun of. People should think twice before they do that. Longtime friend and teammate Dwayne Wade even chimed in on the hair discussion, but this time clowning him rather than being on his side. Wade poked at LeBron during an Instagram live video asking LeBron why he doesn't have hair during the workout. During another video, LeBron puts the camera on Wade and says how fair it is that he can grow hair perfectly with a solid hairline. Another one of LeBron's longtime teammates, J.R. Smith, claims that LeBron just can't have everything and spoke with Devin Friedman from GQ about LeBron's hairline. Smith said, "I tell him you can't have everything. I tell him all the time, you can't have it all. You have to give up one thing, and it just so happened it's your hair. If someone told me I'm going to give you $600 million, but I'm going to take your hair, take my hair." Over the course of more than a decade, LeBron has had to deal with the hair critics, so as of recently, he has started to embrace it. In 2019, LeBron found a video of himself dunking as a 16-year-old, and he quoted the tweet saying, "Young king on a mission and haven't stopped. P.S. Can't believe my hair decided to go Casper on me like this though. Ghost." If you've enjoyed this video, then we're sure you'll enjoy the next one. Click on right now and enjoy.